And I'm not good enough. It's as simple as that.
Were you rolling? I'm out of here, man.
What's going on, ladies and gents? Big up to every single one of you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Chelsea Hour with your host, Marshall WDX, me, myself, and I. Speaking on Chelsea things and Chelsea matters that have happened in recent time, and no better time than today to speak on a lot of the news that dropped yesterday that had Chelsea fans screaming into the sky for dear agony. And to an extent, rightfully so. I already see the people in chat being over dramatic, but okay. The club is not over. We just made fucking top 4 and we're in Club World Cup and we have a whole ass transfer window still after this. Ladies and gents, exclusive, Fabrizio Romano. The transfer window is not over yet. Here we go. Yeah, it's not. So let's also calm down because it's not as crazy as people think it is, okay? Now, that doesn't mean I'm not pissed. I am pissed about a few things. We'll discuss them. And a lot of things in the last 24 hours have come to the surface that has shedded light to the situation that has calmed me down. And we know how these journalists are. They will pick and choose timing and stories to get a reaction out of people. It's all reactionary FC journalism now. And it's unfortunate because it leads to a lot of disingenuous journalism. Clickbait journalism is the name of the game nowadays in 2025, and it's a damn shame because a lot of us, including myself, fall for it, and they know exactly what they're doing. And then the next day they come out with more details of the story that probably, had we known initially, probably wouldn't have elicited the reaction that the Chelsea fan base had. But that is the time we live in, ladies and gents. Clickbait journalism is amok, and just like clickbait journalism is amok, people who come into this channel, into the stream today, that don't hit the like button, they're also amok. So don't be amok. Smash that like button. Help out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. We're going to talk Chelsea. We're going to discuss things and what I expect going forward and all that fun stuff. But yeah, go ahead. Smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description for more content. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts and everything. And yeah, memberships helps us out tremendously. Now, for this version of the Chelsea Hour, I'm just gonna go through my whole entire rant. I'm just gonna go through my whole entire rant, and then I'll catch up with chat at the end, because you know what happens every time I do this. I want to make it an hour. I go through my whole dialogue for one part. I talk to chat, and then I end up going a lot longer than I anticipated. So I'm gonna get all my points across, uninterrupted, unedited, Liège style, and we're gonna see where we land, people, because yeah, this is again where I go, like, people call me the toxic positivity guy, but I've never been that. I've just been realistic. Like, there's a lot of gray areas that people don't like to talk about. It's either one or the other, and I'm not the channel that I talk about one or the other. I talk about all of it. So yeah, I'm here to criticize today and to give maybe minor kudos, minor if that, but understand, I'm not here to give you one side. I'm not here to give you the other. I'm here to give you both of them. Pause. So if you're gonna get easily triggered by the fact that I'm gonna say some positivity that came out of the last few weeks of the transfer window, then respectfully, don't give a fuck, because I'm gonna be here to tell you both perspectives and my own. If you don't want to hear the negativity, then also don't give a fuck, because again, I'm giving two perspectives on this, and I'm going to give my own, but we're going to shed a light to the situation, and you guys make your own conclusion based on it, right? And that's the point of this whole channel, is to make our own conclusions, come to our own opinions, talk to people who we disagree with, and kind of figure out where we stand on things from a realistic standpoint, not from a diluted one. So I'll start off with the positive, right? Because believe it or not, there are some positives to take out of this, and it's not all doom and gloom like a lot of Chelsea fans like to make it out to be. But I'll say this, because I understand I labeled the video last night and I was very pissed off. I still am annoyed, but not as much now, because I've seen things that, okay, this makes a little bit more sense, but regardless, I don't like it. So like I said in the beginning of the video, at the top of the hour, guys, I said, calm down, because it's only 11 days into the window. This was only the short window before Club World Cup, right? And don't worry, I'm going to come back to all these points. There's a circle here, okay? So before you start jumping at me and you know, grabbing at my neck and shit, just understand that I will come back and address some of these points in a little bit. Here's the thing. It is early in the window. And as a result, we have to understand that just because deals like Maignan didn't happen, deals like Gittins didn't happen, doesn't mean we can't go back for it later in the window. There is a possibility, I have my doubts, for Maignan specifically. There's a possibility to go back to it later in the window, when the real window opens up, and not just a Club World Cup window. But understand, just because we didn't get the deal done now, which has happened multiple times. Remember, Enzo was off at one point. We had walked away from the Enzo deal at one point, and we didn't think it was going to happen. Lo and behold, boom, boom, bish, bam, bomb. Like Bali gets involved. We are back in there, and all of a sudden, boom. We're back at the negotiating table, and we get it done. Less I speak on that negotiating anyways, but we'll talk about that. So there is more of the window to go back to. So there's no reason to be panicking and saying like the window is done. Like, let's stop being ridiculous as well. There's a lot more of the window to go in, and we can get negotiations done then, right? The other thing too is that this is a positive as far as it looks like. I'm not going to come to conclusions just yet, but from what it looks like, it actually seems that Santos is going to stay, which was one thing that I was keeping a very close eye on, because like I said to you guys, if they were to sell Santos, that tells me everything I need to know. You are just here to sell, sell, sell. You don't want to improve the club. This idea of getting players and developing into elite players is all a sham. You just want to get players to develop them into elite players to then sell them for a profit. Now, Santos has been that model to a T. Literally that exact model to a T. We got him on the cheap, developed him at Strasbourg for 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons. Now he's worth whatever he's worth, which is a big profit. And rather than keep him at home, right, and not have him involved in Club World Cup, now it seems that, no, we want you involved in the team, and you are part of the plan. Let's hope. Again, I don't want to come to conclusions, but it's what it looks like. So in that sense, I am happy about that. That's good. That's good. I didn't want you to send or sell Santos, right? And the other thing to point out as well is that there's a lot more new players that are coming to Club World Cup than had initially been alluded to. And that's going to be Liam Delap, which we already knew was going to be there. Andre Santos, which we knew was going to be there. Dario Isugo was another name that we kind of forgot, but he is going to be coming in as part of the squad for Club World Cup. Mamadou Sarr, which I don't know about this talent. I'll be so honest with you. I don't know about him as a talent. Maybe he's good. Maybe he kicks off. Sure. Much rather have gotten a Gay or someone else. But hey, if these directors think he's ready, who am I to say? I don't have that talent ID. I don't do their job. And to be fair, we've let a lot of people that were talented walk away from us, and they were the ones that identified the talent. You're looking at Duran, you're looking at Samu, you're looking at we were linked to Cherky like 2 seasons ago, even before anyone really knew who the fuck he was. There's a lot of signs that they've seen the talent, but they don't get it across the line, which is a big issue. But Penders apparently is also going to Club World Cup, which that's another one too. I was like, okay, I do want to see Penders, if he does get to play, a chance and see what he can do. I have my doubts he's going to play, but in a sense, okay. So we do have players coming through. It's not just Santos and Asugo and Delap. Mamadou Sarr is getting a chance. Penders is getting a chance. We want to see players get a chance, right? Paez not going pissed off a lot of people, and me as well. Like, I was pissed off about it. I understand. However, looking at it in hindsight now and seeing that the Ligue 1 preseason starts, it overlaps with the ending of Club World Cup, and seeing that Kendry has not been playing any football in the last 6 months. He's just been training with Strasbourg. It makes more sense why there's really no point in bringing him. I think most of us kind of knew he was going to go on loan anyways. Chelsea doesn't seem to be treating this like a preseason, despite some of the players that got called up, but it's okay. They don't want to treat this like a preseason, so this isn't a place for Santos to necessarily, or not Santos, I'm sorry, Paez to necessarily find his feet, you know? It's probably better for his own sake that he take his time. He goes to preseason with Strasbourg so that he can be ready for the Strasbourg season. And when that season starts, when the games that matter start, he's ready to go. Rather than here, these games do matter. We only have 3 group stages, 3 group stage games. We have to win them. And mind you, I think you can get away with playing Paez, but the club don't, and Maresca doesn't. And you know what? We've seen how Maresca is in the Conference League. He's gonna put out strong lineups. So you know what? Maybe he wouldn't have even played. There's that factor as well. So why waste his time? So I get that. Now, let's start diving into what's been happening and why and where I feel with it. Okay. Now, Maignan and Gittins didn't happen, right? The deal with Maignan collapsed. The deal with Gittins, well, it didn't collapse, but it's off for now. And Gittins, they're charging us an arm and a leg now. We met their price, and then they increased their price, apparently. So, with Mike Maignan, am I disappointed it hasn't happened? Of course I am. I understand Mike Maignan is a better goalkeeper than all of our goalkeepers, including Petrovic, including Sanchez, Penders, obviously. I get that. However, you guys remember, multiple times on stream, multiple times with the panel, we said this. I don't think Chelsea are going to bring in a goalkeeper in the summer. I think they're going to just test out and see what Petrovic is doing, because Petrovic had such a good season at Strasbourg that they will give Sanchez a run for his money. He can, compete with Sanchez, right? And so that being said, that being the case, none of us necessarily thought they were going to go in for a goalkeeper. Most of us probably were okay with just sticking next season with Petrovic, mind you, with Petrovic, and see where it goes. See where Petrovic is at. Is he good enough to take us to a title charge, right? So I was okay with that. Cue in Mike Maignan deal. And that's like, oh, cool. This is a nice, pleasant surprise. It's an opportunistic signing. Why not? I mean, I didn't think you guys were going to go for a goalkeeper, but here you are. Now you're going for a goalkeeper, and a good one at that. For a very good price, mind you. £20 million for 1 year left on his deal. He's 30 years old. French international, French captain, to be honest. Has played at Milan now for what, 3-4 years now? One of the best keepers in the world, especially for a possession-based team that Maresca is looking for. So I understand that that was a good opportunistic signing. Again, the initial plan was to stick with Petrovic. This was a bonus, a little added surprise, a little like, oh, this is nice. I didn't know that my meal came with bread. That's kind of what I'm getting at, right? So the part that concerns me and the part that pisses me off, and I said this multiple times, you can go back to the criticisms I've had of the directors in multiple streams and multiple Chelsea hours. It's the fucking negotiating. It's this. It's infuriating because for as much as we didn't like, or I shouldn't say didn't like, for as much as Marina had her pros and cons, one of her pros was that she can get a fucking deal done. And sometimes it wasn't the best price, but more times than not, we got a good deal out of it. It probably wasn't the best talent. And when we did sell players, we got some good prices off of the players sometimes. But she knew how to get shit done in terms of a deal. The talent ID, obviously questionable. And when in terms of scouting and all that, also questionable. Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, you're good at finding talent. You're good at identifying talent. You're good at scouting, whatever the fuck, right? But you guys are absolutely fucking horrific when it comes to making negotiations happen. And the reason I'm like egging on about this specific thing right now, because I guarantee you guys, Milan were willing to probably do a little less than 20 million pounds for Maignan, and we just weren't willing to do it. Like, I understand negotiating and trying to come, to get the price to be cheaper, but part of negotiation is also meeting in the middle. And you know that even though 20 mil is a very steep price for what you claim to be a steep price for Maignan, you still know it's a good deal. So if you can get 2 million, 3 million off of that, just take it. That's better than the initial deal. It's still a good deal regardless. Now people are going to say, oh, but Chelsea shouldn't be bullied and Chelsea shouldn't just take any price that's given to them. It sets a bad precedent. And I agree. It sets a bad precedent. But at the same time, you don't have to do every deal like that. You were willing to pay that much for fucking Robert Sanchez. You were willing to pay that much for fucking Jorgensen. You've paid that much for a lot less. And when you have a player that actually fits the system for the head coach that you assigned in a key pivotal position, you're penny pinching over 20 million pounds? Again, I understand. Don't pay the price. But I am sure, I will swear on my life, they probably got somewhat of a discount, somewhat of leeway, and they said no to it. They probably got Milan to agree 15 with add-ons or 18 with add-ons. But no, you guys want to stick to your evaluation of 12, no more, no less. Well, it was initially 8.5, so I'll give you that. You were flexible enough to go up to 12 at least. You were willing to pay 4 million more than what you actually initially wanted to pay. Cool. Bro, this is a keeper that you're going to have for a long time. Not everything needs to be a profit. Not everything needs to be flipped. It's just the penny pinching is what pisses me off. And sure, we can go back in for the deal, right? Like, there's that. So, you know what? Maybe everything I'm saying is for nothing. You can go back into the deal. It's very likely they might. I don't think they will, but it's likely they might. You know, it's not like Maignan wants to come to Chelsea. He's essentially said it. He's made it very clear. He's not happy with Milan and the deal they have. They're talking about a pre-agreement for January and stuff. I don't know if his contract ends in January. I don't think it does. I'm sure, chat, when I check back to you, you will correct me on this. But regardless, sure. You can do the Real Madrid route. Best of luck. Maybe that's the master plan. Maybe that works out. And then we go back to this. We laugh about it. Ha, ha, ha. Yada. Right? I doubt it, though. I doubt it. And the other thing, too, is the Petrovic thing. This is what finally set me over the edge yesterday. And if you were following me on Twitter, you saw I was clearly not happy. Petrovic. That's the part that pisses me off the most. You say you don't want Maignan. Right, you say you walk away. You say after you walk away that you're happy with your 4 keepers, yet you went for Maignan. So if you're happy with your fucking keepers, why did you go for Maignan? Right? Okay, whatever. So you lied to us. PR bullshit, whatever. You then sell us a dream before the season ends that Petrovic will fight for his place. Petrovic will fight for his place. Petrovic and Robert Sanchez are going to fight for the position. They're going to compete with one another. Yada, yada, yada. Cool. Let's see it. Come to find out, he doesn't travel to Club World Cup. I can't make this shit up. So, before, when I had this theory, right, that the club want the manager or the head coach to play Sanchez, the club were probably upset when Pochettino dropped Sanchez for Petrovic. The club, before Maresca even got a chance to have his hands on him, sent Petrovic on loan. Said, here's Sanchez. Again, I'm not having this anymore. I am no longer blaming Maresca for playing Sanchez. I am blaming the board because it's very clear they have no interest in selling Sanchez. The only interest is to make him number 1. Maybe potentially sell him in the future if his value can go up. I don't know if his value went up after the last season. I'll be so honest with you guys. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can use him for a deal or for Kudus. I don't know. But it's very clear that Sanchez is a board decision. It's very clear that the board wants Sanchez. Even though Petrovic went to Strasbourg and absolutely killed it. One of the best keepers in Strasbourg. Player of the year for Strasbourg. Comes here, can't even get a sniff. This is the bullshit we're talking about. He can't even compete. Like, these guys are supposed to have footballing brains. How can you not see that throughout the whole season, Maresca requires someone that can play out the back, and the amount of errors this bozo has caused us from playing out the back. Yet you want to sit here and defend it by saying, oh, but he saved us. There's 3 games or so where he saved us where, we could have lost 9 points. What about the fucking 15 games or the 15 points he's cost us in 5 games where he made stupid errors from the back? We're not going to talk about that? Because I guarantee you right now, guys, if we had those 15 points, we would be in a title race. Petrovic can make saves too. We saw that last season. And if the case is that he's improved on his distribution, which the numbers show, the stats show, stat driven, right? Stat driven, that he has improved as a goalkeeper that can play out the back, why not give him a chance? Now, I'm sure there's someone in chat saying, oh, but he said he wants to be a starter, and at Chelsea, you got to earn that position. I get that. But I'm telling you right now, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Because Petrovic came out in interviews, whether you want to believe it, whether you want to think it's PR or whatever, he came out in an interview and said that the goal is to be Chelsea #1. I don't think. And on top of it too, like, you could just tell him, yeah, you'll be a starter, and then you don't start him. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? But eventually he's going to get the start. Why? Because he's better than fucking Sanchez. And then at that point, he'll be happy. He'll get the starts eventually. Even he understands this. So this idea that, oh, Petrovic wants guaranteed minutes, and that's why he's looking for a club, and he said to not go to Club World Cup. He asked to not go to Club World Cup. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. You know what probably happened? What probably happened is that he wants guaranteed he wants to be able to start for Chelsea. He wants guarantees that he'll have a chance to be able to show that he can start. And that's probably what it was. And we're only getting parts of the fucking interview. Because just journalism shit, as we saw today, the reaction to the initial story, which was, all players that went on loan except for Santos will be staying for Club World Cup. Then what happens the next day? We find out, these are the players that are going. It's all manipulation, right? So I can't trust what these journals are always putting out there. And that includes you, Matt Law, as well. So I guarantee you Petrovic was willing to fight for his place, but they want to just sell him. They want to get rid of him. There's a clause in his contract, apparently. I don't know how much it's worth, but they want to get rid of him. And that for me pisses me the fuck off. Because we go back to the signings, right? The deals that fell through pre-Club World Cup bullshit. Right, guys? Okay. You told us in February, in January, that, the directors feel that it was a very productive window, that they laid the groundwork and were laying the foundations for deals to get done early next season because they have Club World Cup. Early in the summer because you have Club World Cup. Can you guys tell me how many deals did we get done or negotiated ahead of time? Because as far as I'm aware, and I'm not trying to lose my head too much on this because there were deals that did get done ahead of time, but not the ones that we've been linked to for forever now. We got Delap done. Kudos. We got Isugo done. And we got Mamadou Sarr, I guess, if you want to count him, done. Cool. Three signings that aren't even for the first team, which you guys see we do need. Like, let's also be, and this is the part that pisses me off. It's almost like part of me wishes we actually never got top 4. Like, I can't believe I'm fucking saying this. Also, smash up the like button because there's over 70 of you here and not enough likes for the fact that I am suffering like you are as Chelsea fans, right? Part of me is like almost regretful that we got top 4 because I genuinely think that these directors saw that Maresca got top 4 and they were like, you see, there's the project. You see, we got top 4, baby. Yeah, we got top 4. We're great at our job. That's elite recruitment that we did right there. If it wasn't elite, then how the hell did we get top 4? We're back in Champions League. Job done. Mission accomplished. Yeah. Except they ignore the fucking context that we struggled to fucking get there. And even in the winning run, which I was predicting we were going to win, we were going to get there and all that stuff. Cool, right? Like, I was positivity Marshall and you guys were doubting me the whole time. And look who's in the mud now. Cool. We got top 4. We got Champions League. Cool. Let's not pretend like it wasn't fucking difficult either. Like, I'm not going to sit here and fucking pretend that we didn't fucking struggle against Manchester United. I'm not going to sit here and fucking pretend that we didn't fucking struggle against Forest, that we didn't struggle against some of these teams, that we got lucky for some games. Because sometimes the game is luck. I'm sorry, at the end of the season, the performances start to dip, right? The legs start to get tired. People are dogfighting it because they're trying to survive relegation, so on and so forth. Let's not pretend like it was easy. Because it wasn't. And I don't want it to be that hard next season. I want to be challenging for the title. So fucking act like it. But these directors, I think, saw that we got top 4 and they're like, we're good, man. We're in top 4. We're good. We did a great job. No. You got good talent. Cool. You picked out some good talent, but you also picked out a whole bunch of talent that we're not using that need to fucking go. And you need to fucking sell them. And this goes back to, oh my God. Okay. So we're supposed to have laid the foundations for deals to get done before Club World Cup, right? Doesn't look like you really fucking did. So that also makes me question, what in the fuck are you guys doing from January to this point now where deals aren't already done? Tell me how Manchester City already have 4 or 5 fucking signings and you can barely get one. What is this bullshit? What do you, Baldwin, Stanley, and Lawrence Stewart, what do you actually fucking do when the window isn't open? Because as far as I'm aware, if I had your fucking job, I would be working on transfers and negotiations the whole time. So that as soon as that transfer window hits, boom, Isugo sign, boom, Ekatike sign, boom, Gittins sign, boom, Magnan, done. Why are we waiting till the window opens to start negotiating? Again, shitty negotiation skills. Cool, you can find me the talent. You can find me the Durans of the world. You can find me the Duets. You can find me the fucking Cherkis of the world. Who gives a shit unless you get the fucking deal done? It's all if, buts, and maybes with these guys. Hypothetical FC. Bro, hypothetically, we could have had this team. But we don't, because you guys don't close out the deal. Iqbala needs to come in there, slam his fucking dick on the table, and be like, listen, this is what we're gonna do, and you're gonna like it or not. And the other guys go, okay, you're right. You can't fucking do that. And this is the worst part. Because we got top 4, oh my God. I'm almost certain that the owner saw that and said, oh wow, looks like they're doing a good job. Dude, the amount of deals this club are missing out on because these guys can't get negotiations over the line is what makes my blood boil. Fuck this, whatever people think about ID and fucking if they have good scouting ability. I think they do, all right? This is my opinion, my show. Welcome to my Chelsea Hour, right? What I fucking hate is that you can have all that. You can have the best scouting in the world. You can have the best fucking talent ID in the world. But if you can't get the fucking deal done, then what the fuck does that do for me? Fucking absolutely fuck all. So I go back. From January until now, what the fuck have these guys been doing? You probably already knew, Magnan, there was a deal there. Why didn't you try to close out that negotiation sooner? Gittins, you already knew you wanted Gittins. Guys, we were linked to Gittins since fucking January. You already knew the player you wanted. Why are we still negotiating? What do you fucking do in the 6 months between windows that we're still here whittling our thumbs, trying to get deals done and being swindled at that? It's, to me, these directors aren't serious. They aren't serious. This is the greatest example of all talk, no fucking action. All talk, no walk, right? You talk a big game. You do all the scouting, like, look, we have this talented kid. Look at what they did. Look at what Duran did. Look at what Almeridion did. We scouted them. Yeah, we had that talent ID. But you didn't fucking sign them, so what do I give a fuck? Bring me talent, and this is why, like, I don't care who they bring in, guys. I'll be so honest with you. I don't care who they bring in. When they brought in Palmer, and I had my doubts, Palmer went and proved me wrong. When they brought in, excuse me, Lavia, I had my doubts. Seeing Lavia play, cool, he's good. You know, Caicedo, I think we paid too much. Don't give a fuck about the price anymore. Enzo, I think we paid too much. Don't give a fuck about that price no more. It's just, to me, it's just baffling. It's just so fucking baffling. I don't care what talent you bring in, because I genuinely think you can bring in good talent. I care if you fucking get the deals done. It means nothing to me if you don't get it fucking done. Bring in the talent, see what they can do at Chelsea. If they kick off, cool. If they don't, sell them on. I don't give a fuck. It's not my money. It's not your money either. If they want to bring in a bunch of talent and some of them work out, cool. We win either way. Sell the rest of them off. Who gives a shit? It's not my money. But again, doesn't matter until you get it done. And with all this being said too, like with Petrovic potentially being sold, and again, I'm not coming to conclusions. It looks like he's going to get sold. It's very clear they just want to sell him, right? And all this laying foundation PR bullshit that we've been lied about. It just seems to me like the directors aren't serious. They don't take this job seriously. Anyone who takes this job seriously is getting that work done ahead of time. Beating the gun, jumping ahead of other people for good deals, right? Not getting beat by other clubs. Like, this is shit that could have gotten done way ahead of time. I understand not paying prices you're getting given. I don't want to be bullied by any club. I understand that, but also don't fucking penny pinch. From the penny pinching to the fucking lack of planning to the fucking lack of actual just problem solving. Like, bro, you had Petrovic, just give him a fair shot. It's, again, it goes back to the fucking lies. It's just annoying. It's just so fucking annoying. Obviously, you guys know I'm gonna back my club regardless. If they do bring talent, I'm gonna back the talent. Let's see what they do. I do think Paez will eventually come good. Andre Santos is another talent we picked out that is gonna be phenomenal for us. Esteval, time will tell, but he'll be another talent that they picked out that's great. The ID is there. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and judge the players you bring in, because there is a run of players that you've brought in, my opinion, that have been good for us, and players that you've kept, mind you. You could have sold Achimpong, you didn't sell Achimpong. You could have sold Tariq George, you didn't sell Tariq George. Those two players ended up being good players for us. I do think the players you're deciding to keep in the squad and the team, I think they're good players. But get me the players. Don't just talk to me about them. Don't just fucking window shop. Get the fucking negotiations done. But yeah, it's just to me, it just tells me, like, I don't know if these guys care about winning trophies. That's really how I feel. I know there's the rest of the window to look into, and that could potentially change my opinion on this whole entire thing, which, if it does, listen, opinions are there to be changed. Things could change, more information comes out, and then we reevaluate, right? But as of right now, with how things look with the whole Club World Cup fiasco, I don't know. It's really frustrating. And I hope we do well in Club World Cup. I don't think we're going to win the whole thing, but it would have been nice to see Petrovic, who is a player that we don't need to experiment with, get some minutes to show to Maresca he's improved. And instead, we're just selling him off, and we're just lying to the fan base constantly. So also doesn't help that Peru lost yesterday and pretty much sealed the deal for any chance they had for the World Cup, which is a totally different topic. But hey, I did not have a good footballing day yesterday, ladies and gents. But I'm done with my rant. Let's see what you motherfuckers are doing, and let's see what you're saying. I'm ready to go back and forth with some of you. There's over 100 comments, so big up, bear with me here, all right? Big up RSM. Hit the like button as hard as I would punch when Stanley and Stewart. Yep. View of RSM did not reflect the views of this channel. Hit that like button. Fair enough. Big up, everyone. No, we're not smoking no Johnny fucking Minerals pack. Fucking weirdo. Hope people realize we are fucked and they aren't going to for any needle movers and most likely another keeper like Trafford. Even Trafford is an upgrade on Jackson. Or not Jackson, I'm sorry, Sanchez. So I wouldn't mind Trafford, but I'd rather Maignan. So they have to get their daddy owner because they can't do their job. Yep. Don't worry, we are getting a keeper and it's James Trafford. Maybe we are. And if it is, cool. Santos would be out the door if we didn't get UCL. Let's be real here. I don't know if that's true. Based on Santos's comments, he's been dedicated to Chelsea the whole time. So yeah, don't know if that's true. Sorry, Musher bro. They don't give a fuck about competing, etc. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel, really. Being advertised as Club World Cup ready for the big transfer fee. Yep. Big up Jez. Big up Soliman. Marshall Santos would have been gone if we didn't get UCL. I don't think that's true. We've pissed Paez off. I mean, Paez should have known he was going to fucking Strasbourg anyways. So he can hold that. Smash a like, ladies and gents. This bum manager talking about how he's ahead of schedule. The next few years are right off. Chelsea fan club is finished. This is an example of being over dramatic. We're not finished. I mean, people were saying we were finished 2 seasons ago, and look at where we are now. We're back in top 4, which is the bare minimum under Roman, and we won a trophy, which is the bare minimum under Roman. But under Roman, it was fine. Under the American ownership, you guys have a problem with it. I know you want to strive for more, but sometimes these things take time, and we can potentially win more. Let's just see how it plays out. But our club is not finished. This is a ridiculous statement. Anyone who tells you that, you already just immediately disregard what they say because they're full of shit. The club is not finished. We have 0 aspirations. Don't agree with that either. Go back to what I just said. Always knew Dortmund was aiming for 60 million euros. I know how Kell and Watts work. All right, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce them. But yeah, greedy fuckers, man. Fuck them. They not even testing Petrovic. Yep, that pisses me off. The bread was a lie. The cake was a lie. Bread, you mean steak? No steak over there, bro. We keeping Jackson and Sanchez. The fans ain't gonna do shit to get these morons out. Well, yeah, they ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna be based it off of results, and they don't care. Listen, if it was me, I'd be protesting if I really disliked the fucking ownership that much, even if we were winning. But people don't understand. They're hit and miss talent ID. Let's be real, we have more than a few misses. No. I think we have a good amount of hits, but we just don't recruit them. The ones that we recruit ended up being more misses, but we do have a good eye for talent. Jonathan Duran, Olise, Due was linked to us. Barcola was linked to us. We had Shirky linked to us. We've had plenty of players linked to us, man, but we just don't get the deals done. Stewart and Winstanley would be hounded out ASAP if the fans are serious. I agree. Mignon is 30 next month, by the way. Okay. Negotiating is not an excuse. We have made 160 mil plus for finishing 4th. Have UCL money coming. It'll make 100 million plus sales, 40 million minimum for Club World Cup, and 300 mil in the green for PSR. Yeah. Pay 50 mil if it gets a world-class keeper. No excuses. At this point, I hope they can get Garnacho. Maybe the fans will finally act. Sabotage. Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from. But no, I disagree. Don't pay what the fuck you're being asked to pay. That's how you get to Man United situation. We're not mugs either. Negotiate it. Like I said, I'm certain that Milan and Chelsea negotiated lower price than what Milan were asking for, but Chelsea still didn't want to pay. And that's the part where the penny pinching comes in. You got your discount, bro. Pay the fucking money. Don't keep whittling to get more of a discount. And that's you negotiate. People negotiate. You don't just pay exactly what's been there. And if you are, you're a mug. We're not mugs. So I disagree with that, huh? Young Jez ends in the summer. The collective head loss over this deal for a 30-year-old keeper. I mean, it's a good keeper though, Football VAR. You can't deny it. He's a very good keeper. He would have helped us out tremendously. Like the expression goes, they know the price of everything but the value of nothing. Interesting. I love you. Reason he is ill Illy? I don't know what you're trying to say with that first word. Reason he is coming because of UCL. Any other team with UCL, he is gone. Where are you guys getting this illusion that Santos would not have come if it wasn't for UCL? He was playing at Strasbourg. He didn't get UCL there. He wasn't playing in UCL there for the 2 seasons. What makes you think he's gonna come back to Chelsea to play UCL? We weren't in UCL when we signed him. Where are you guys getting this from? Zola was signed at 30. 30 isn't dead. It's a different time too. This fan base is lost. I mean, you're not wrong. Man U signed Van der Sar mid 30s. Yeah, it's a different time too, but yeah, I get it. I'm not happy with Maignan not being signed. Listen, I don't care that we didn't pay 20 million for Maignan. I care that we didn't get the deal done. Get the fucking negotiating done. Let's bid 50 million for Maignan. Why stop at 20 million? No, I get it, Football VAR. I'm not paying more than 20 million for Maignan. If I can get something lower than 20 million, I'm gonna try. And the club tried, so I'm gonna give them credit for that. But the fact that they couldn't have like a plan B, like, okay, we got him down to this much, let's just take it. Or something lucrative with add-ons. Like, it's not... People get deals done all the time. Fanbase just all become accountants and babysitters waiting young kids. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Bid 50 million for him. He's a top keeper. We can easily afford it. For who? Maignan? I ain't bidding 50 million for Maignan with a year left on his contract. Unless you mean Donnarumma. And even then, I'm not paying that much for Donnarumma. With a year left on the contract, like, let's be real. We don't bleed money either. Like, there's a reason we're in the green. We're in the green because we're... financially efficient, and you can't break from that. Remember who our owners are. They're investors, okay? And with that context being said, you got to learn to work the deal from their point of view. It's just not gonna happen. Like, you're setting yourself up to be disappointed. Yep, but the kids got us to this point. Why shift? Because the keeper could have been improved on. If you had an opportunity to improve on it, why not? Or just keep Petrovic. I don't care. Again, like, recruit the team how you want to recruit it, but get the recruitment done. The only reason to buy something you don't want is because you think you can sell it for profit. Yeah, probably. Because some of us want to win the league. Yeah, I want to win the league too. Young kids not going to win us a title, so no, I get that. Guys, no more trusting our directors. Their lives are pathetic. Stop blaming Maresca. This is a board decision. This is why I keep saying about Maresca. You keep calling Maresca fraudulent, but you look at what the fuck he's working with, and you got to give him credit as well. Dude, he's being put in this position. That's why, like, I can't even be mad at Maresca. He's being put in this position. Had he been given the tools to cook, who knows how last season would have went. But it's the directors he has to work with, man. We don't need to budget. Okay, well, you don't work for Chelsea, so you're not a financial expert either. We are 300 million over PSR without speaking on income. Yeah, I understand that we have money, but that doesn't mean we're just going to buy every player at face value. We are going to negotiate, and we still have a whole summer to come back from Maignan. It's not over. These directors are pathetic. They both bozo go back to Brighton, go back to Monaco. Fine. Fans like you deserve these bums in charge. I hope you're not talking to me, because fuck you too. Football VAR is an urgent area to be addressed. Anyway, you improved by updating your team. What? Okay. Go back to Monaco. Okay, I read that already pretty much. Preach. Marshall spitting knowledge. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's just my opinion. And that's good. He should back himself. I'm sick of these guys. He's miles better than these guys we have as keepers. Yeah, if you're talking about Petrovic, yeah, I think he is. And he should back himself. And I think he did, but the club want to spin it. I think he's being frozen now. I'll be so honest with you guys. The start of the season is already ruined. You're being dramatic as fuck. Best goalkeeper in Europe, and we want to sell him. I don't know about best goalkeeper in Europe, but yeah, you're not wrong. Marshall, hope you're ready for Trafford. Bro, if they bring in Trafford, good for him. Good for him. I genuinely don't care. I think Trafford is a pretty good keeper. He's better than Sanchez. I don't see what the problem with Trafford is, really. Like, you guys, in that case, would you have been pissed off if we brought in Nick Pope back in the day before Newcastle signed him? He was a up-and-coming keeper from Burnley. Like, who gives a shit? Trafford's actually a pretty good keeper. He's worth more than 25 mil. Maignan, I think so. Sanchez and Trafford in the Champions League nights, pray for us, man. Can't do the job as well as Maignan. I agree. Football VAR, you are not a Chelsea fan. You're an accountant. Okay. How we're 300 million in clear PSR, and you want to worry about paying, and people want to worry about paying 20 million. They said up to June 30th. And waiting. What's up to June 30th? The window? Please tell me these young goalkeepers that are better than Mike. Oh, I don't know. Imagine someone telling Sir Alex, don't get the 35-year-old Van der Sar from Fulham. He has no resale value. It's a different time, huh? You gotta get out of the past, dude. Bro, Mignon is not the only keeper in the world. LOL, this head loss is funny. Yeah, I understand it's not the end of the world. I understand it's not the end of the world. It's just the fact that you told us you were getting deals done ahead of time. You're not getting the deals done. Like I said, guys, I just want deals to get done. I don't care who it is. Get the fucking deals done. We have a Club World Cup. We need to bolster the squad. We need to get this summer window done ahead of time so that Maresca goes into preseason with all the players he needs. And you can focus on selling players. I don't think it's a hard concept to understand. I don't care about the talent ID. If they cook, they cook. It's not my money. If they don't cook, then we sell them on. We still have the team we had from last season. Barring who? Barring Jaden. That's about it, right? I don't think anyone else went back off alone. So listen, like, just get me the positions that we need to get to bolster the team. That's all I care about. And if the team cooks, good for you. I'll give you your props. I won't give you your props for how Duran is doing because he's not in my fucking team. Targets rarely flip on one season results anyways. I don't know why I keep assuming it would. They're insulting our intelligence. Not wrong. You wished no top 4? I mean, if you heard the context in which I kind of regret it, then you would understand. I always knew they were frauds anyways, but yeah. If they care about money, what about the value of winning a proper competitive team? I also think there's money in the resale value of players. We got 300 million to spend without talking about 160 million for your 4th Champions League CWC money and players sales, but we can't spend 25 mil on a top keeper. Again, I think you're dead set on the price tag when I'm more pissed off of the fact that we probably got a deal for it, huh? And we weren't willing to pay the cheaper price. Because I agree with you. 20 million is a good price for Mignon. What I don't agree with you is just pay the price. No, I think negotiating was fine. But once they started negotiating, I already felt my fucking heart in my stomach. And I already knew deep down, I didn't want to believe it, but in my guts, I was like, I don't think they're gonna get it done. They suck at negotiating. Lo and behold, here we are. And I should have said it. I should have fucking said it. But they suck at negotiating. It's fucking horrible. Esteval Santos, tell up, all joining yet head loss. Window will only be in 4 days. Lads, chill. No, I get it. There's still more. Our luck was Cucurella existing. Yeah, fair enough. Bigger Marshall, and I'm enjoying the rant. Thank you. 100%. Football VAR, I bet you would say no to Allison as well. Get the fuck out of here. Didn't Madrid buy Zidane at 29.30? What was the again, different time, but this is probably from the past while I was ranting. Weeks before the season ended, they said the club were eager to get signings done before. This is what I mean. This is what pisses me off, Gabriel. Is you said this, but you didn't do it. So what the fuck did you do? I've never seen you act like this before, bro. Yeah, man, I'm fucking pissed off. Like, I'm tired of it, dude. Jazz, this is 3 seasons of the same bullshit over and over again. And I give the benefit of the doubt. You can ask chat. Chat will tell you, and I'm doing it now. Chat will tell you I give the benefit of the doubt too much. I'm too nice, but you know what? I like being fair. I don't like being biased. I don't like seeing the world in black and white. There's more nuance to things than just a yes or no or a binary answer. In terms of what these guys, I try to put myself in their shoes. Why are they doing this? Why are you doing this? Why does this make sense? And again, even with today's news, okay, Paez, I understand now. It makes sense. Just get him in the preseason. It's not like he was going to play that much, if at all. Just getting bench minutes, again, because he's not match fit. There's context to it, and it makes more sense. Petrovic does not make sense. Petrovic, to me, rattles me. Petrovic is clear a better keeper than what you have in Sanchez. He proved it when he benched him the season under Poch. You guys were probably pissed the fuck off because you wanted Poch to play Sanchez. That's probably why you decided, probably one of the reasons you decided to sack him. I'm still sticking to that theory. That was part of the reason, because he disobeyed what the directors wanted. Poch was like, fuck this shit, and said, I'm playing Petrovic. Sanchez is costing me too many games. And kudos to Poch for doing that, but also fuck you, Poch, because you didn't keep your job, and I need managers that can keep a job and stay in the job. It's that simple. I don't need a fucking manager that has balls and gets himself fired at the end of the season. It goes against what I need this club to do, which is sustainability. Well, they have done deals. It's just that the deals they have done are for pointless players who they want to sell for profit. I don't agree with this. The deals they've done are for players that could potentially go to the first team. However, if they don't improve or develop quick enough, they get sold. Or in Renato Vega's case, he opted to want out, and so he's getting sold now. I think saying they get a bunch of pointless players is ridiculous to say, considering right now we have Esteval coming into the team, we have Santos coming into the team, Isugo coming into the team. Like, we have players that are now coming into the team that I don't deem pointless. Also, Delap is not pointless. Like, there are signings in there that you don't deem pointless. I will give you this, though. Omari Kellyman, for FFP reasons or PSR reason, he seems pointless. KDH, to an extent, seemed pretty pointless. Amogu seemed a bit pointless, but there's a purpose for him at Strasbourg. We will see. But, yeah, again. And that's the other thing, guys. Nkunku is coming to Club World Cup. Why? Why? Like, it just doesn't make sense. He doesn't want to be here. Why? Just leave him out of the club and just focus on selling him. Why are we doing this? Okay, well, I just said something you agreed with, at least. Signed a bunch of players who would never play for us. Time will tell with that one. Some of them I think will play for us, depending if they develop well or if a good offer comes. If a good offer comes, then we sell them. Why not? Make profit, dude. Make your profit. Again, I don't care. If you want to make your profit, make your profit. But fucking get the deals done. Some players I don't want them to make profit on, like a Petrovic, like, because we need a keeper. That's where I stand with that. If there's a position we need, don't sell that player from that position. Keep that player. We could use them. But if you got extra players, then fucking sell them, man. I don't give a fuck. Joe Shields needs to be handed out before it's too late. What's up, dog? What's up, Strasbourg Steve? The only reason we got Delap quickly was because he had a release clause. Maybe. God forbid I convinced myself they fucking negotiated that. Arsene Wenger copium. We could have interested in almost joined. Yeah, exactly. Yep. In the owner's mind, the sporting directors haven't done anything wrong. It's so stupid. No, I agree. And that's what I mean with I almost forgot making top 4, because it looks like they did a good job, but they really didn't. They were mid at best, really. Like, let's be honest, guy. It was pretty mid. There was a bunch of neglected spots in the team that we didn't address, that they need to address this summer. Summer's not over. Let's see what they do. Maresca said his objective was to get UCL in 2 years. Well, he overaccomplished. Y'all are sounding like Arsenal fans day by day, not gonna lie. Not really sure why. When Ekatike is killing it at Liverpool and Jackson is still missing sitters, I'm gonna laugh. It's not even the negotiating. They're fucking penny pinching the wrong signings. Yeah, I guess you could say that too. Jerking each other off.
Hey, yo!
Makes sense. Yeah, that's what they do. In the breaks between January and the summer window, and then the summer window to the January window, they're just fucking jerking each other off, fucking cranking their hogs, bro. That's what they're doing. They're cranking each other's hogs hard.
Hey, yo!
That's what they do the whole time, man. Goon squad. The fucking goon duo. We're going into this fucking tournament with 2 wingers and a youth player. Yeah, it's not looking good, bro. I get that. Parma was the only success for the price. I I don't really agree. I do think Santos is going to be a success as well. And for the price, can't really complain too much about Nicholas Jackson. I know you guys don't like him, but for the price you paid, 40 million, look at Højlund. You give it context and it looks like a lot more of a success than what it seems. And even Nani Madueke to an extent, in terms of how much we paid for Nani, which was 30 something, now he's worth about 50. I would say that's somewhat of a success. Enzo Caicedo, Cuckoo were known players. Doesn't take a genius to identify them. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I don't think Enzo and Caicedo were like known. They weren't world beaters at the time, but there were clubs that were interested in them. They were like, you know, rising stars. We'll call them that. And you do have to be able to identify the rising star, and go for it. But yeah, I don't want to take away credit from identifying Enzo and Caicedo because they very much could have flopped. We could have gone for Rice, and Rice would have been a horrible fit for the team. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they got Enzo and Caicedo and it's looked like it's meshed really well, that's also identifying player profiles correctly to get into the team, which you need to be able to do. It's not just about signing the best players or the most talented ones. We could have brought in Verts, and Verts in our system could have failed and flopped. And that's not identifying the right targets. So I understand people want to try to take away credit from the fact that they got Enzo and Caicedo because they were already highly touted to an extent. You also can't deny that like those could have been, with the wrong managers, those signings actually could have been bad signings. So I think from identifying the profile wise, like it was a good call from them. Other than Palmer and others, okay, kind of already answered this. The fans ain't serious. Any serious club would have hounded them out by now. Yeah, I agree. They have always penny pinch. It is so frustrating. I get negotiating, but once you get the price to get lowered and they don't agree with your price, just at that point, it's okay. You can go for the 18 million. That on the books from the outside looking in, when other clubs see that we managed to get Milan down from 20 to 18 million or 18.5 million, and mind you, I don't think this number was actually put out there. I'm just assuming that actually did happen, right? Once the world sees that you were able to negotiate 2 million or something like that, it still gives that precedence that like, okay, so they're not willing to pay the prices that you give them. They're not like freeloaders, but they will negotiate, and they did end up getting it cheaper than what was already a good price. So I don't mind that. Negotiate. It's fine. Fucking Christ, guys. Stop talking. I'm catching up. There's so many of you. Chelsea fans always use Palmer example to perfect I've used a few more already. When people were trying to tell these directors having history to get fleas for fees and commissions, fucking around, finding out, and we shouldn't trust them to close a deal. We are negative in it. No, we shouldn't trust them to close the deal at all. Fuck that. Wouldn't it be better to analyze all this when the actual windows closes? Yeah, but I do this show once a month by myself, and then once a month with a guest. So I kind of want to get it out there because I'm not happy with the Petrovic thing. That's the biggest one, and I'm not happy with the lying and the PR stuff. Usually doesn't make me feel good. Of the money spent, the starting team is about half. Where's the money gone? Well, the money's being invested, and it can be sold, and then we make up our money. So I don't really care. Again, I don't care about the money. Like, just get the fucking signings done. Why do we penny pinch when it comes to experiences? But it's some random 17-year-old. They'll throw them money. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like, bro, I said this already. You're willing to pay 20 million for Sanchez. You're willing to pay nearly that amount for Jorgensen, bro. But you won't pay for Mignon. Like, fuck off, dude. Okay. We need to get knocked out of the group stage to save the season. No. What's wrong with you, bro? Fuck out of here. No, I'm done now. They've taken the piss out of the fans, which has highlighted their incompetence and how little they view of us. Yeah. The sporting directors are doing exactly what Clear Lake are telling them to do, which is why they're under no pressure from the consortium. Maybe. Maybe. I'd have to think about that one a little bit more, Replica, but it's not a bad shout. Now count that. Count what? You got to watch out for this FFP era. Club ground is tiny compared to City. Don't think Chelsea can spend like them. No, I get that. This guy's chatting shit. He's been told he can spend 300 minimum. Excuse me. And he's talking about FFP. FFP, they've blown over billions on dross mostly. That's the thing though. It's been an investment. We haven't... Guys, can we please stop using rival narratives? Like I know you guys understand the difference between contracts worth $1.5 billion versus how much we actually pay of that. Like, you realize rivals in that math will include players that we've sold already, right? Players that we've loaned out, right? That they include the math of those players. But if we're going to have a genuine conversation about how much the club has spent, it's not been 1.5 billion. The contracts of players we've signed have accumulated to 1.5 billion. Sure. But we haven't paid that. It's amortized. And at any point, we can say, you know what, Enzo, it's been a good 4 years. You got another 4 years left on your contract. We're going to sell you. Then that has to come off of the 1.5 billion spent, right? Because we didn't pay the whole contract. So let's bring back genuine arguments. Make genuine arguments great again. Let's be Chelsea fans again, right? Like let's fight against rival narratives again. I would love that for the Chelsea fan base, because this whole billion spent and stuff, it's waffle. It's literal media narratives, and you're just spreading it. You know, deep down, when you think about it, the club haven't actually spent that much. If anything, I think the club has spent around 700 to 800 million so far. I think. I could be wrong about that. So let's have an actual conversation about how much has been spent when you bring it up. Because it's very much lazy regurgitate what rival fans have said. He was right about absolutely fuck all nothing. He said we weren't going to make top four. Probably didn't think we would win trophies. Yeah. If we're going to bring up minerals, let's also bring up the bad things and the things he's been wrong about. Just like I can bring up the fact that I predicted us to win to get top four, and I was right. Doesn't mean I was right about everything. I was totally wrong about the January transfer window. I was totally wrong about putting up Sanchez for sale. Well, time will tell. It could still potentially be sold to West Ham. We don't know. But unlike minerals, I can tell you when I'm wrong, and I'll admit when I'm wrong. And I won't just gloat about the things I was right about. But some of you guys are too lazy to hold people accountable. They literally won't sign a player if he doesn't have resale value. It does seem that way. Most of the fan base and YouTubers still haven't clocked that Clear Lake, Winstord, and even Maresca ain't aiming for a serious challenge next season. It's all hoping on linear development like it's FIFA. I don't know why Maresca's being brought into this. He's in this situation, and he's working with what he's got. I in no way blaming Maresca for anything. At least we have Esteval coming, sure. Waffles. Thank you, Marsha, for the rant. It's so therapeutic for me. You're welcome. We got the most extensive Wonder Kid incoming. More you want. Sure. Minerals, we need more fans like that. No, we do not need more fans like that. He was not right. A broken clock is right twice a year. Or day. No, in his case, twice a year. What's the point of propping recruitment if we don't sign them? We sounding... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's the point I'm getting at. That's what pisses me off. Why the fuck you flexing like the ones we didn't sign, like Dewey and Duran, but close your eyes on Felix, Neto, KDH, Kellyman, DDF, signings north of 100 million, convenient. Why the fuck you like flexing the ones? Because you guys like saying that we haven't had any good signings, that Hummers are only good signing. So what do you force me to do, Jabo? You force me to tell the truth and tell you what other signings we've gotten that were decent and what other talent we scouted that was good that we didn't sign. I sit here and criticize their negotiation skills, but because I don't criticize more that isn't actually genuine, you want to sit here and say your criticism is not enough. You need to criticize more. How about no? How about criticize however the fuck I want? Their negotiation skills suck, but they can find good talent. Doesn't serve me, doesn't do fuck all for me is you can find good talent if you can't fucking sign them. Cool, you saw Duran. You called it before anyone else did. What does that do for me? He's in Saudi right now, not at Chelsea. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But you want me to say, oh, but you don't call out the rest. Why do I need to call out the rest? You guys have a great time calling it out all the time. You guys clearly know what the problem is. Why do I need to tell it to you again? I know what they are too. I know what they are too. I don't have to fucking point it out every single fucking stream. If you know what the problems are, then why do you need me to tell it to you again? You know what the problems are. I'm well aware Dr. Fofana, Kellyman, and all these other players have not been good signings. I'm well aware. But it's not my money, and we still made profit. Sell them. Who gives a shit? Bring on new players. Give me more. Give me better players. Sign players. And maybe eventually some of them will stick and do well. That's all I gotta hope for this time. Ridiculous, bro. Get me Hato. Yeah, why not? Mike Mignon would have been perfect stopgap. Keep him. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I agree. I was talking about Mike. I don't even remember anymore. Ghost Portal. We've been through so many chats now. Getting it from using common sense and not being accountants. Yeah. Trust Panders. Yeah, maybe. He might be good. CSC fans are now experts in recruitment and accountancy. Yeah. They are. Anyways, 29 out of 30 for a keeper is not an outfielder. It's equivalent to a 23, 24. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I get that. Yeah. I don't, again, the Mignon age did not bother me. So the youngest team to qualify to UCL is rubbish. Surely you guys can see the trajectory of the club, or maybe not. I see it, VAR, but I know a lot of people in my fucking chat don't. It's hysteria all the time. Trafford is not a bad shout. I know. People already hate it though. So Mount should have been sold for 20 million pounds. No. 1 year left. No. But that's the other thing, guys. I don't want to hear any criticism when we oversell our players, by the way. You see how Gittins was overpriced? You see how Mignon was overpriced according to the owners? I don't want to hear it anymore. If we want to sell Armando Broja for 40 million, that's the price. That's it. These clubs lowball us all the time. It's not rules for thee and not for me. Fuck off. Fuck off with that shit. If they're going to charge us overs for players, we should be able to do the fucking same fucking thing. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. If they're not going to be fair to us, why the fuck should we be fair to them? We're not a fucking charity either, ladies and gents. We're not a fucking charity that are just going to give players for free or really cheap. Pay the fucking price or negotiate a price or fuck off. Because I guarantee you, the first bit of news, Renato Vega valued at 30 mil. Chelsea can't get deal across with Juventus. You guys are going to be like, oh, but why are you selling him for 30 mil? Just give him away for 15. Fuck off. Get your fucking middle finger out of your asshole, you fucking asshole. It's like you love it when they fucking overcharge us, but you hate it when we do it to them. Eat a dick. Nah, Trafford is a stinky shout. Sure, your opinion. We are in the green because we fucking sold 200 million worth of assets. Don't make shit up like we are a efficiently run institution. When it comes to making money and profit, yeah, we are. I don't know what you think I'm fucking making shit up about. But just because we made that much goes back to what Ha was saying. Just because we made that much doesn't mean I'm gonna pay overs or the price that people are asking for. Atletico bid 17 million for Theo Hernandez, who is younger and has the same year on the contract. Would you pay more for Mignon? Yeah, probably. Again, I don't have an issue paying 20, but if you want to negotiate, fine, negotiate. You probably got a negotiated price, and you should have paid that price. Instead, you want to negotiate more. That's my theory, guys. PSG selling Donnarumma will be going for Mignon. Will they? Maybe. 30 clean sheets in the championship is really good. Yeah, no, Trafford I think is a good talent. This ain't on Maresca. The team isn't assembled by the head coach. Yeah, I agree. Maresca, you got full support. Fuck these directors. I agree, Aya. Don't blame the club for abandoning Mignon deal. Only the Petrovic issue. I kind of see where you're coming from, MK. Mostly because they can go back for Mignon, so that's fine. Excuse me. I think we needed to oblige to PSR if we didn't get UCL. Maybe. Also, I saw Petrovic start for Chelsea. Nothing special. Sell. Football VAR. Surely. You recognize he's better than Sanchez, right? That's the whole point. Like, Sanchez is the one you should be saying to sell. Petrovic is the one that we should be keeping. And when we get Mignon done, sell him then. No way you are with this Trafford signing. No way. Oh my God, bro. We are so cooked. He's not a get over yourselves, guys. He's not a bad keeper. He's an improvement on Sanchez. That doesn't mean I don't want Mignon. I'd rather Mignon over him any day of the week that ends in Y. But it's also not be disingenuous and pretend like he's shit. He's not Ramsdale. Marshall, the type of guy to have a dick piercing. No, I don't. I saw Trafford 2 years ago and he was pretty terrible. 2 years ago, big difference. Maybe he was bad. Maybe he's good now. But yeah. You're sent. Sure. Don't raise Sanchez, but Trafford at 20 is not better. If it's the same price as Mignon, I don't want it either. We have conditioned the whole of Europe that we will overpay for mid. So why are they now complaining that we don't get fair prices for their targets? That's what I'm saying, Junior. Your sentiments put less pressure on the club. It's partly your fault. Okay. Sure. We still have another window less than a week, though. Yeah, I know, Clinton. That's why I'm not, like, losing my head like everyone else. I really don't think it's that deep. But what I don't like is the lack of planning, the lack of real, like, ambition to actually get a keeper that's clear of Sanchez and sell Sanchez. Yeah, I just don't like it, man. Don't like it. We should get Kudus. He's a genuine game changer and better than most of the forwards who are in this market. I agree. Trevor had a good rep when he came on the scene, but has fallen off. It's the same story with the young players who show something, get overhyped. I also don't think we're going to get Trafford, guys. I'll be so honest with you. Like, those links have died off very quickly after they were said. RSM, big up. Marshall, they are glorified scouts. They should have been head of scouting department, but we can't trust them to close deals and make the big time decisions. The only signing has been a release clause. I agree, dude. Please. Bowley, Igbali, please just get different fucking directors. Just get one director who can get negotiating done. You can keep these guys if you want as scouts and shit, but please just get different directors. We shouldn't care too much about rival fans, but when we are linked to Mignon, most rival fans are sweating. We're sweating. Yeah, I agree. Marshall, while penny pinching a single-digit millions for Mignon might be defendable in your head, how the fuck do you defend 35 to 42 to 50 for fucking Gittins in a single day? I don't defend it. That's why I criticize the fact that they're gonna go and spend 20 million on Sanchez and 20 million on Jorgensen, but they weren't willing to spend the negotiated price, right? I'm not saying 20 million. Listen to me very closely. I have been critical this stream of the fact that they were willing to spend the same money that they were going to be spending on Mignon. They were willing to spend it on unproven talent, on Sanchez, on Jorgensen. But they weren't willing to spend the negotiated price, not 20 mil, the negotiated price from Mignon. Because last we checked, they were talking about add-ons and all that and figuring that out. There was a negotiated price, people. But because they couldn't get that down, that's where I get pissed. Because it would have cost them less than Sanchez. That's what I'm pissed off about. So hopefully, you guys understood what I'm saying now. Trust me from knowing myself about bad owners, directors, oh yeah, I get it. We need to bring in someone like Dean Ashcroft. He left United after months of United paid time and money to get. I don't know about him, I'll be honest with you. The directors are clowns. Yes, they are. Damn, from Mike to now Trafford and watch him be more money. I swear to God. How do we fuck up 20 mil? Dan Ashford, I meant. Yeah. I don't think I want Dan Ashford, to be honest. Can't be wanting sustainability when people driving the bus are shit, bro. So fuck that sustainability bullshit, not gonna lie. Yeah, sure. With the track record, how much hope do we have that the new youngsters coming in will be good enough? With their track record. But what's their track record on their youngsters? Because as far as I'm aware, Malo Gusto was good last season. That's just not the season that came by. Nani Madueke was a youngster that came into the team and he's doubled his value, I'm pretty sure. You can argue Enzo and Caicedo were youngsters. They were in their 20s when they brought in. Palmer was a youngster. I'm not sure what track record you're talking about. Cassidy, they ended up selling for more than what they purchased. Santos developed pretty well. I think we're actually making a profit of Renato Vega. Yeah, what youngsters are you talking about, Gabriel? The frustrating thing is we have a decent, just need a few experienced players and we can win majors and still continue to young talent. Yeah, we have scout acting. Yeah. That's exactly my problem, Udomo. Oh, Yedemo. Same for Felix, yeah. How long are we gonna... Oh, Jay, you're back, bro. You're back. You've been gone ever since we made Champions League, man. You were there to talk so much shit, and you left for a while. You think I forgot about you, bro? Don't worry, man. I got a receipt streams for you. How long are we going to keep blaming the directors, though? How much slack are we giving the owners? They deserve so much more. Bro, they're there to just fucking pay the price. They're not doing the scouting, so it's the owner. It's the directors. They need to be fired, and new ones need to be brought in. So, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I never trust these owners and directors, never, and I don't trust them because they're not serious. Sure. Nothing groundbreaking there. Everyone's saying that. Honestly, it's just vibes at this point. Just waiting for the games. Yeah, fair enough. Bro, Esteval is 18-year-old. He ain't gonna do shit. What are we doing here? How about we wait until he plays to figure out if he's gonna do anything or not? That's where I'm at with it. I'm not saying he's gonna kill. Did you hear me say Esteval's gonna come here and he's gonna be our next Eden Hazard? Because I didn't say that. All I said is that Esteval's gonna come in. We'll see what's gonna happen with that. And that's what I said. That's all I said. You guys get so fucking triggered when I say names. And you just little fucking wasabi brains are like, oh, he should Esteval. Oh, he rates him. Oh, he wants him to start. No. We'll see how Esteval goes, right? He could kick off. He could be great. He could need time to develop. There's no denying he's going to be a good player, but he's going to need time. That's where I stand on it. I don't think he's going to kick off the first season. Sanchez, again. Oh, fuck off. If Nkunku gets his head in the game, he could still be important. Also, if they leave him out, it'll depress his evaluation. I guess I could give less of a shit about Nkunku, though. I fucking bet most of his fan base has a cognitive dissonance. While claiming they hate these sporting directors with passion, they try to defend them on occasions, like not seriously lowball fuckery with Mignon. It's crazy because it seems like this is what I mean by black and white. You can't praise and criticize the directors. You have to do one or the other. You have to. Like Jabba, this isn't how the world works. Like, you can't just... I'm not minerals. Ladies and gents, guess what? I'm not minerals. I'm not going to just spew negative shit all the time and not balance it out with positivity, right? Because there is good things to give credit, right? They haven't sold Santos. You guys were saying they're going to sell Santos. So far, it's looking like they're not going to sell Santos. You got to give credit for that. You got to give credit to the fact that, you know what? We did end up getting top 4. Don't toot your horn. Don't get cocky about it. We barely made it. But the manager you hired actually got the job done. You got to give credit. If you don't get credit, then what the fuck? Then if you can't give credit when credit is due, then how is anyone in any conversation you're supposed to respect your judgment? Like, let's be real. If you want to have a real conversation, if you want to have genuine opinions, then have genuine opinions. It's not just negative. So I can't criticize the directors. I spent the most of the stream criticizing them, but at the same time, I can give credit where credit is due. That's my whole shtick. That's where my integrity lies. I wouldn't trust anyone that can't tell me both sides of a story. A bit late today, missed the fun. It was earlier, you can say that. What the fuck? All right. Thoughts on the squad going to the Club World Cup? Those winger positions, man, I'm worried about them, but hey, we'll see. I'm sure we can get some In terms of a profit, yeah, they are. Because we can sell them for more than we bought them for. So yeah, they are successes. Take your opinion out of it. Look at the monetary value. For 40 million, 14 goals with no penalties, Jackson. It wasn't even 40 million, it was less than that. That is in some shape or form a success. And he will get sold for more money. Senegalese national as well. But if you guys want to just look at things through your agendas, then by all means, I can't be asked anymore. We are going into the tournament with a settled team. Would have loved to add a winger, but would hate to go into the tournament with 25 new players bought together in 1 week before it. Well, obviously it wasn't going to be 25 new players, but yeah. As far as how I feel about the team, we'll see. I think we can get it to round of 16. I think we do have good players, but I think we're going to fall short in quarterfinals. Well, we didn't pay rising star prices. We paid top star prices. I disagree with that. Actually, no, I don't actually. You're right, Gabriel. That is top star prices. Thanks for subscribing, Crazy E. Appreciate it. This Jackson hate is insane. Kid is 23. Drogba wasn't special at 25 here. Their ball knowledge is incomplete. Seriously, let these guys develop. I agree, VAR. I think I understand where it's coming from. The dislike for Jackson. I know it's recent, but it's also a lot of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Good players, the goalkeeper we should have signed, but no, we don't sign him because they're making out with each other. Okay. The know everythings are asking for wingers, center backs, goalkeeper, 2 strikers. That's already okay. And just 1 week before, nope. I think Maresca made his choice. I don't think he did. Yes, settled and improving core team, which has been formed in 3 years together, shown progression. By the way, finished 4th. The fan base is emotional, panic rented as always. You're not wrong, but yeah, it's Petrovic's choice. He wants to leave. I will be sad, but we want players. We don't want players not interested. I think that's PR. I think he was forced out of the club. I genuinely think he would have fought for his place had he been given a chance. Chelsea fans sound like Gary Neville. Who knew? 1.5 billion. That's what I'm saying. A lot of Chelsea fans are very lazy. They don't want to actually do the logical thinking about, like, most of you Chelsea fans learned what the fuck amortization was through our club, right? But you lack the ability to apply that to the 1.5 billion argument. Like, you know what amortization is. So how the fuck do you think we're paying 1.5 billion? Are we not amortizing all of a sudden? This again. I predicted top 3 last September, missed by 2 points. I'm satisfied. Yeah, to an extent, I'm satisfied too. But I just didn't like how the season went. They love to buy young baby. Yeah, they do. Being in a bigger debt than the Glazers, who have been at United for almost 20 years, is only 3 years, is disgusting. We're not in bigger debt. Whatever you're reading is absolute waffle and nonsense. We've made profit. This year we made profit the season before that. Yeah, no, we're good. We're not in more debt than the Glazers. You're absolutely waffling, and you're not accounting for any of the profits being made. You're just probably looking at the deficits. Minerals followers are like Brexiteers and MAGA scientists, useless to discuss anything. Not necessarily wrong. One thing about Johnny Minerals is everything he said about the owners is true. No. I genuinely think the owners actually do care. They've been. I used to think they didn't care, but I think they're actually showing that they care, and they're showing progress. 10th, 6th, 4th, they're going in the right direction. So, waffle again. I can't blame these briefings. I can't believe these briefings. I hate them. What's all these Minerals fans in your comments? I don't know, bro. They have nothing better to do. They just want to crash it. But they ain't crashing shit. The only thing they're crashing is their own brains, really. The point is, whatever the amount they bought well on most part, hence this discussion and hence having a terrible squad at Club World Cup. I also don't think it's a terrible squad at Club World Cup, but this is the same squad that won us the Conference League. It's the same squad that got us top 4, guys. The same squad that won 5 games in a row in the Prem at the end of the season. We know it's not a terrible squad. Some signings were good. One thing is that every signing has been a risk. We've signed 0 bona fide superstars with 1.6 billion. What is Romelu Lukaku? He wasn't a risk, but he was a bona fide superstar. Waffle. Facts, not our money. Keep spending right. Throw shit in the wall. And eventually he cools. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Marshall Minos just finished his stream and his hyper excited ultras jumped on. Hyper excited ultras. Imagine you rated me. That would have been funny. No one is buying Broja. Maybe. Maybe not. Start charging 20 million fees. That's OD. That's OD. I was talking about Mike coming to Chelsea because he wants it only because of UCL. Okay, Ghost. Sorry. I finally caught up. That was like 20 minutes ago. Sorry, Ghost. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's probably the only reason he wants Chelsea is UCL. Yeah, I agree. Well, it's not the only reason. I think he does like Chelsea. I think we do have a good French contingency at Chelsea. So that was probably something that swayed his ear. But I do think a big part of it was UCL football, of course. Smash the like button, guys, if you haven't done so already. You're reading the messages so late, so out of context. Gabriel, I'm sorry. You guys are chatty as shit. Marshall mentioned Broja. I did mention Broja. Yes, I did. We're 300 million in the green, or even if you take away the hotels, we're up 100 mil. Yeah. Again, I don't know where people are getting this whole... Like, stop listening to that Bobby Fairview guy. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, listen to the experts. It's not Bobby Fairview. It's Bobby, I have no fucking point of view. That's the guy who comes out with all this, oh, we're in debt. He's the only account saying that shit, by the way. And you guys just regurgitate. You don't actually do the research. I did the research. We're not in fucking debt. We're not in fucking debt. Also referring to the chat, not you, Marshall. I give 0 fucks. Fair enough. Maignan makes a bigger difference to the team than Theo. Goalkeepers are way more important than left backs. Yeah, I agree. We do need a backup left back though. If you take a note bill from one pocket and put it in another, have you made profit? Because selling hotels and women's team to ourselves is not fucking profit. Are you really that easy to fucking deceive? What about the player sales? What about finishing in Champions League positions? What about getting in Champions League? What about Club World Cup and how much we're going to make from that? And how many players did we buy exactly? Ticket sales? Winning the Conference League? Tell me how we didn't make profit exactly. You think I'm just talking about the hotels? Like, what the... Like, you're insulting my intelligence now at this point, Jalo. Why are we always doing clear outs in every window, man? Can the STs get better at their jobs? I'm so tired of this shit. You and me both, bro. You and me both. Also, players can develop. Vinny did. Why can't Petro? That's what I'm saying, bro. That's so annoying. Trafford is going to Newcastle, in my opinion. Probably. Hermanson is also a market, by the way. I don't want Hermanson. Just don't get a keeper anymore, bro. Just give me Petrovic. You have a keeper there. You don't. Just give me Petrovic. I just want Petrovic. Bro, that's all I asked for. It's not much. You already have the player. Just play Petrovic. Give him a chance. He was one of the best keepers in France. Just give him a shot. You don't have to take a risk with another keeper. You know what he's done at the Premier League. He's familiar with the league. Like, just give him a fucking chance, bro. Fuck. How much will Trafford cost versus Magic Mike? You need a senior leader. Trafford ain't that. I agree. At the end of the day, if you bring him, though, I'm not going to hate it. Do you reckon Osula has the SDs doing haka? Maybe, bro, maybe. Milan sold Reindeer for 45 million pounds with 4 years left on his contract, but they want to charge us 25 for a 30-year-old goalkeeper. Yeah, I mean, I get that logic. It's different positions, though. The recruitment track record. Big up Marshall. Why Bridge Nation, RFS, and Scott streaming at the same time? I don't know. Brag about top 4 like it's a trophy is crazy, gang. Bro, shut the fuck up, Jay. You were doing the same shit when Roman was here, all right? Like, you didn't have a problem when Roman did it. Stop having a problem with American owners do it. Just because you like to shove minerals as fucking propaganda down your throat doesn't mean you have to swallow it, bro. You can spit as well, okay? Just stop this bullshit. It's nonsense. We're going like you literally think in this la la land that Oh, we spent 1.5 billion. We're gonna automatically win the fucking UCL. It didn't fucking work for Roman when he did it either, dude. When he injected a fuck ton of money into the club, it took him years to get to that point. But you guys want to pretend like, oh, 1.5 billion, we should be winning the UCL, we should be winning the league. He didn't even win the league that often. Fuck, dude. Oh, fucking, you got me all rattled. Fucking, fuck you, Jay. Your opinions suck, dude. You're welcome here, but your opinions do suck. They're just stinky agenda opinions. How long did it take Roman to win the league? He won 2 seasons, right? 1 season, 2 seasons? Fuck, I can't remember, man. That's how I know my club's gone. Yeah, your club's gone. Back to the Roman standards of fucking trophies and top 4. Yeah, club's gone. You weren't saying club was gone when Roman was here. Fucktard. I was wrong about top 4. Yeah, you were. At least you can admit that. But this is the worst Prem performing season of late. So many clubs underperform. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. Whenever you're not a Chelsea fan, bro. If you're gonna always diminish Chelsea's accomplishments by saying the other teams performed like shit, you're not a Chelsea fan, bro. You're not a Chelsea fan. You're not a real fan, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Correct. Sometimes you read some comments and realize they're nothing but young adults. Yes. Marshall, I never told we are selling Santos. I'm not always negative, but don't defend their fuckery as if you know what they're doing. Then make Pikachu faces when Petrovic is sent to purgatory. Pikachu faces is hilarious. But don't also, I'm gonna defend when you're wrong about something. And I'm gonna attack when you defend something that's not true. Listen, I like to speak what I believe is true. Whether it's defending, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say Jackson's a shit player just because he had a bad end to the season. When not too long ago we were saying he's a good player. There's a good player there. Am I lying? Are you saying stop defending? No, I'm just stating the fucking facts. I'm not defending. I want these fucking directors out. But I'm also not gonna fucking bold-faced lie about it either. All about balance. Criticize where necessary, but also praise when... Thank you. That's all I'm doing. How can you let these players develop with 0 experience in their whole roster? An experience gap for PSG is how you run a proper... Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. You're so fucking full of shit. And even if we had PSG, even if we had Jose Enrique or Luis Enrique, you wouldn't have given it time. You would have been criticizing too. You're a fucking bull-faced liar, dude. You're a bull-faced liar. Also, apparently Caicedo no longer an experienced player. Enzo is no longer an experienced player. Fucking James isn't an experienced player. Cole Palmer at this point now non-experienced player. Like, bro, these players have been here for 3 seasons now. Like, cut the shit, bro. They now been experienced. It's old. Like, you guys don't think about, like, you just regurgitate shit you're told. It's so sad. I say we just go for whoever Maresca wants. Sure. They won't get him though. These head directors give me a ball ache. Sure. Romelu Lukaku wasn't signed under Blueco. That's not the point. The point was that you wanted proved signings. Why take the risk on signings when you can get proven winners? Well, you got a proven winner in Romelu Lukaku. You got a proven winner in Kalidou Koulibaly. You got a proven winner in Sterling. How did that fucking go? Numbnuts. That's why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. It's just as much of a risk. And on top of that, you're stuck with the salaries. How long did it take us to get rid of Lukaku? Are we going to pretend like you guys weren't the ones saying we got lucky that Saudi bailed us out on Mendy and Kalidou Koulibaly? And what about Sterling? We still have Sterling, don't we? Again. Disingenuous arguments. That's what it is. I like Johnny Minerals, but doesn't mean I agree with all he says. Listen, I'll even admit Johnny is right about a few things, but when it comes to the ownership and a bunch of this stuff, it's pure waffle. It comes from an agenda, and you can't trust people like that. Some people need to stop crying about what they're going to do about the sporting directors. Yep. Hoping that you will read out full statement this time. Marshall Sanchez again. Fuck off. Spending most of the window fixing previous Windows mistake. Yeah. Wrong. We only won 2 seasons in 20 years under Roman Abramovich trophyless. Yes. Yeah. We did, right? What did we win? What did we win from Conte season up until Tuchel? Did we win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup? Because I don't think we did. And I don't think we even challenged for the Prem. Excuse me. But we did spend what again? I'm not gonna keep talking about that argument. This man going hard on chat tonight. Tranquilo, Marshall. Nah, fam, I'm not in a good mood, bro. Let's be honest, they're gonna make huge profit on Petrovic. Yeah, probably. Oh my god, I'm almost caught up, guys. We keep complaining about the SDs. Can't the people who employed them in the first place see they're incompetent? I don't think they can identify issues, unfortunately. They just need to be sacked and we go from there. Watch Jackson cook England, but fuck, let's sell him for 2.5 million United because he got a red card. That's what I mean, man. Like, I understand Jackson didn't have a good season, but he's not shit. He's a decent player, and you guys know that, but you won't admit it. You just don't like the guy. Okay. Thank you guys for clearing that up. Marshall, I will take attendance. Chelsea beat PSG. No, I don't think so. How can you call Enzo Caicedo and Palmer experienced when they haven't played champs yet? Yet Reece counts, fair point, but the team lacks in several areas. Okay, Raheem Sterling had experience. Ben Chilwell had experience. Kalidou Koulibaly had experience. Cucurella has experience. Fuck, even Robert Sanchez has experience. Tosin has experience. What are you talking about, bro? We have experienced players. Enough of this inexperienced shit. Again, it's old and lazy narratives. It's old, lazy narratives regurgitated over and over and over again. You don't, like, a lot of you can't think for yourselves. It's so sad. It's so sad to see. You can't think for yourselves. You just have to regurgitate things that sound nice to you, that you agree with, and you don't think about what you're saying. And if it means if it means Champions League minutes is the only way you can get experience and be considered an experienced player, then fuck me, man. No one's experienced then. That's a ridiculous argument. FA Cup, fair enough. At least our midfielders stack. FA Cup, Europa League, Champions League was with Tuchel. Okay, fair enough, guys. Yeah. I forgot about Sanchez. Fuck you. I'm excited to see what Delap and Sarr can do. Yeah, I am too. Nope, he's ass. Giroud was decent. Loic Remy was decent. Not Astrid Jackson. Jackson got 14 goals without any penalties last season under Pochettino. So I'm not having this idea that he's ass. You know who's ass? Højlund is ass. Jackson, he's decent. Fine, I'll take that. But I'm not going to hear this whole thing that he's shit. That's ridiculous. Again, take your emotions out of it, please. I know Blueco didn't sign Lukaku, but Lukaku's the best example that people use about signing a reliable, proven player that doesn't work out for the club on high wages. And I know people said like, oh, but if he didn't do the interview, guys, he wasn't playing that well in December. He was playing shit. Quick question. If we win trophy lists and still made top 4, would it be considered progress? Unfortunately, yes. Because the way I look at progress is how well you do on the table. The trophies are also important. You got to win trophies along the way. You should be winning the competitions you're involved in. So, hey, it's still progress. I mean, we didn't win trophies. We didn't win any fucking trophies. Well, actually, yeah, we did. We won the Club World Cup trophy and Super Cup, if you want to count those. But we didn't win any of our domestic trophies or went far in the UCL when we did the Tuchel season. So, that is what it is. Marshall versus the chat. Yeah, that's how these streams go, and I'm way over my time. No, Jay, you're negative as shit, bro. You do not have unbiased commentary. And when you do, I'll praise it, but your commentary is very biased, bro. Best window was when we got Costa and Fabregas, exactly what was needed without a fuss. Yeah, I guess. Chelsea fans would happily swap Jackson for Højlund. Trust me, ew. If you guys actually believe that, then please unsubscribe. No, we can't have that. What happened to David Jota Fofana? No one knows, dude. The Petrovic off is setting me off the deep end. If I wake up to another Garnacho link tomorrow, I will lose my shit. The SC should not be making hard. Yeah, I agree. Roma made mistakes, but he had intent to win, and did it under any means necessary. I mean, Blueco has intent to win. There's just made mistakes along the way as well. Blueco is entirely relying on a long-term and undermining short-term, continually putting us in jeopardy. Well, the thing is, it's just a different strategy. It's just a different strategy. And 3 years ago, we were probably pissed about the signings that we're now getting through the door this summer. The Payets, Esteval, all that shit. Next summer, it's going to be the same thing. 4 more players that we signed 2 years ago. And that's the streamline, right? That's the pipeline. So it's a different way of doing things. It could work out. It could not work out. Time will tell on that one. But as far as this team is getting better. That's the thing too. This team is actually getting better. When you look at the table, the team is getting better. We've won a trophy now too. It's the team is getting better. So let's see. Marshall Sanchez was 76.5. I don't care, dude. I don't care. Talk to me about the fucking points he cost me, dude. He cost me way too much in errors. I'm not gonna just talk about the positive. I'm gonna talk about the negative too. This Chelsea, man, we built our heritage on winning trophies no matter what. All this waffle and league position don't matter. We're winning. Fuck all. We won a conference league, bro. Calm down. We won a conference league. We're gonna try to win more trophies next season, and we're gonna try to challenge for the fucking Premier League. What is a Kellyman? No idea. All right, last comment. We're gonna end it on Jay. I like Todd Bowley. Everyone else is stupid bastards. I don't even know anything about Todd Bowley, but I'm not gonna pretend. Esteval's a bowler, but what environment are we setting for those youngsters? That's why I worry. You might be right, Jay. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Ladies and gents, Chelsea, hour and a half, hour of me, well, half hour of me ranting and an hour of me fucking going back and forth with you guys. So, oh man, this team has me deflated. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. The results have been good. I'm happy that, we got top 4. I'm happy that we're in, Club World Cup. We're competing. That's all good. That's all good stuff. We'll be live again tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show. We'll talk about the news. We'll talk about Mignon, all that shit. Scott's gonna everyone's gonna fucking crash on me about Sanchez. I don't even give a fuck at this point. Because in the end of the day, like, the window's not over. We could still, but things could change around. I doubt it. Things could change around. Notice how I said I doubt it, right? I'm not being positive. I'm just saying I have my doubts. This is my opinion, okay? But yeah, we'll see, guys. We'll see, guys. It's peak. I'm upset that listen, if we hadn't won it, you would have been crashing it on it. Just win the tournaments you're in, bro. We completed the set. We won a trophy. Last season against fucking Children, we failed to succeed. A fucking Carabao Cup, mind you. So, would you have been happy if we won the Carabao Cup last season with Poch? That's what I'm saying. So, again, you can't handpick these agendas. Like, we won a trophy. Good. You were supposed to win it. And you did it. That's it. I celebrated it for one day. We move on. Because it is the conference league. You're right. I don't give a fuck about the conference league. Don't want to be in it ever again. But you need to win it. And you won it. You didn't fucking bottle it in the last... Bro, I've seen this team bottle against Middlesbrough, okay? We could have easily have bottled against Betis, but we didn't. Good for them. Anyways, guys, we're going to end. Big up to every single one of you in the chat. Big up to everyone that tuned in. We'll be back again tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show. I'm hoping that if I get some good sleep today, I won't be depressed about fucking Petrovic and all the lies. So, hey, I'll see you guys at Club World Cup maybe. I'll make keep an eye out, by the way, ladies and gents, on a public YouTube post. I am going to plan a meet and greet for Flamengo. Okay? So Flamengo, and it's not really a meet and greet, guys. Like, I'm just a fucking dude. Who gives a fuck? But if you want to say what's up, if you want to, hang out and stuff, I'm going to plan like a meeting spot for the Flamengo game, the Philadelphia match. Maybe Jimmy Spliff will be there. I know me and Jimmy Spliff are going to be sitting next to each other. We'll be watching the game together. Yeah, by all means, keep an eye out for YouTube posts, community posts. Keep an eye out on the Discord. Keep an eye out on Twitter potentially. That I will be doing a meetup for that game. And you guys can come hang out and we can chill and we can talk Chelsea. I won't bite, I promise. And I won't argue with you like this, maybe. I probably will call you an idiot to your face, though, because I'm the same way here as I am in real life. So if you have some dumb comments, bro, I'll probably say it to your face. But yeah, I stand on business, people. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted on that. I will be going to the Tunis game and I will be going to the Flamengo game. Games after that, I'll be so honest with you guys, they are fucking expensive. Do not be fooled. Those quarterfinal tickets and shit, they're fucking pricey, bro. I'd have to whore myself out to get some tickets there and not be in a bad spot financially. So it's all about FFP for me, man. PSR, you know what I'm saying? I can't afford the tickets. PSR, they restricted me. But yeah. Big up to our proper casual and higher tier members who have been in the chat today. Big up to you guys, and those are going to go out. The shout outs are going to go to Daniel, TM127, EE, Dark Adrian, and A Solomon. Big up to you guys for joining in on the chat today. Big up to you guys for being proper casuals, and big up to our other members as well. Guys, we're going to raid out to Sarcasm City TV because I think Ahmed is going to end any minute now, so I'm not going to even bother raiding. I think Sarcasm just started. So go ahead, copy and paste the raid message there. Let them know where you're coming from, and yeah, we'll come again. Wow, pause. We'll be back again tomorrow for the Casually Chelsea show. We'll be discussing all the bullshit that's been going on. People are gonna crash it on me, so be it. Let them have their fun. At the end of the day, my club got to top 4, like I said they would, and I was the only one. Very easy to follow the group, but it's very difficult to be the individual that was the only one saying we make top 4. Actually, no, I wasn't the only one. But hey, whatever. Receipt stream. I didn't forget about you guys. I didn't forget about some of you in the chat. We'll see you on there, whether you're in the chat or not. But receipt stream will happen as well. I'm waiting for the right time when the shit gets a little lull to release it. All right. But yeah, all that stuff happening. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description for more content. Music and all that stuff is in there as well from me. I gotta go to band practice. I'm gonna be late. I love y'all. I hate y'all. So I'm somewhere in the middle because I'm not black and white. All right. Have a good night, guys. See you on the other end. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Stay casual. Peace.